So I'm a full-time high school teacher, a boxing coach, personal trainer, and I'm also in grad school. So most people hear that and they say, how are you not completely burned out? That's a fair question. Definitely takes practice, I'll put it that way. So we're gonna share some of those practices, some of those tactics. I'll show you exactly how I balance all these things without sacrificing my health, my focus, and the most important part of that is my passion. Okay. So if you see my other video, then you know my name is Boaz Gregory, and I've learned that real balance doesn't mean doing less. Okay, it means designing your day so that the things that matter most actually fit in. So you have to be able to be honest about that with yourself. You can't just say the things that matter can't happen because you don't have time. You just make time. All right. So if you've been feeling stretched thin, or like there's never enough time for your goals, this is the kind of video that you should probably consider, applying what's in it. It'll help you create structure, and the idea is to not burn out. All right. I work on these kinds of things. I design these kinds of tactics to try to help a lot of my students, because most of them, the biggest excuse is for homework, not having time, which is honestly hilarious because my homework is extremely easy. All right. So the first thing that changed my life was time blocking. Okay. Time blocking. You got to make that your best friend. It's one of the best tactics you can use. Instead of, off of like a to-do list or trying to multitask, I started scheduling my week like a athlete preparing before a fight. Specific, intentional blocks of time for each role I play. All right? So let's look at how my calendar kind of works. Okay? I can show you an example of what it looks like. Okay, so I have teaching, my teaching hours are blocked, my coaching hours are blocked, my grad school study sessions, training, even time for rest. All right, a day like today where I'm recording is a rest day. All right, secret, I give each role its own lane, so they're not going against each other. It's not a competition. All right, you're not competing. Your activities aren't competing with each other. So when it's time to teach, I teach. When it's coaching time, I coach. I don't blend them. That creates mental space and, cuts decision making ability. Some people call that decision fatigue. Okay. Next, I started doing what I call an energy audit. All right. Each week I ask what's draining me that doesn't actually matter. Every once in a while, I'll have to cut something out. Not commonly, especially not the important things. Okay, so might be saying yes to too many extra tasks at school. Might be late night scrolling. I still do that, not gonna lie. Might even be overcommitting to things I don't care about. All right, so I list them out and I start cutting. So this is how I protect the energy I need for things to do. The things that matter the most. Teaching well, coaching fighters, that's my favorite. I make a lot of money doing that, but that's probably the easiest thing that I do, even though it's technically, physically the hardest. Finishing grad school strong. I keep myself at a 4.0, no less, and keeping my own training consistent. Okay. Third thing is treating my workouts as anchors, not extras. All right. Working out doesn't take the back burner. It's just as important as anything else. When life gets busy, most people cut their training time first. I do the opposite. Training is my reset. It sharpens everything. Okay. Well, specifically, it sharpens me in order to tackle everything else. So, You know, it's not always about going hard. Sometimes it's light shadow boxing session or quick lift, but you never skip that habit. All right, just keeps your mind clear, it keeps the stress low, and keeps the body moving. All right, even through tough weeks, a lot of tough weeks, it's not gonna go away. Sometimes you have a tough year. I had those. 2024 might have been one. This year's starting out pretty good. Finally, I use micro rest and reflection throughout the day. I'm not talking about a week-long vacation. I mean small daily resets, 5 minutes of deep breathing. Let's see, you know, even if it's even just between your classes or from between my classes. All right, writing one thing down that I'm actually grateful for. Taking a walk, like right now, after a long coaching session. That's exactly what I just got done doing. Okay, then I came out and I said I'm gonna take a walk and record a video. These little pauses stop stress from piling up. They keep me present, and that's what keeps burnout away. All right, you don't want to overthink things. Even these kinds of videos, I'm not overthinking it. Just speaking from experience. All right, bouncing multiple roles isn't about finding extra hours. They'd be nice, but it's about using the ones you already have with more intention. That's something that I'm getting better at. All right, more structure and more respect for your own energy. Okay, this is for you. Okay, you're doing it for you. It's a gift to yourself. Having time to do the things that you care about. It's not for anyone else. So if you want me to share my full weekly schedule, it's a template. You can comment schedule below. I'll send it to you. All right. If you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe. You know, if you want to support, you can subscribe. For more on how to balance real life with real training without burning out, this is where you go. So definitely make sure you like this. You know, it takes effort, and likes are appreciated, particularly if you like it. Don't do that if you don't.